What's going on, you guys? So I'm going to talk about starting a business. Yay! So I started my business about 4 months ago. I actually made homemade candles that are made from coconut soy wax, burns cleaner, burns longer, and I make them alcohol based. So you have a gin and tonic, whiskey, bourbon, things of that nature. I'm going to talk about the not so pretty stuff that nobody sees, which is when you first start, it's going to suck. You're going to want to give up. You're going to want to hurt people. You're going to cuss people out. You're just going to regret and second guess every step, everything that you do. I'm here to tell you, don't do that, because all of that is a learning process. It's actually going to be a very great, encouraging learning process once you get over that first hurdle, because there is going to be a lot more to come after that. There just is. That's just the way things are. But with starting a business, the advice I would give, even though I'm just fresh in, but I still like to help other people when I can, is research what you're doing, research the market, see how it sells, see why it sells, see how people are selling it, and if that's something that you really, really want to do, and I mean really, really want to do, like you can see yourself doing this for the rest of your life, and the added bonus is that you get paid for it. So if that's how passionate you feel about it, I would say go for it, but also research the market and how it's doing. For me, I make candles. So I research candle does $2 billion a year. Then you have to narrow it down to what type of candles, because you have your base candles that you just find at the general dollar store. Then you have your mid-level candles, which you find at a popular Bath and Body Works, because that's all people think about is Bath and Body Works, which is fine. It's your preference, but there's more than Bath and Body Works. You have people who sell candles on Amazon, and you have people who really sell candles on Etsy, which I do. And then you have your luxury line of candles that you're only going to find out by word of mouth, which is, I would say, Neiman Marcus has one. It's a $500 candle, but the jar is about this big, so that's going to last you a couple of months. Because if you think about it, if you're spending anywhere from $20 to $30 a month on candles, depending on the size of the candles and how much you buy, that'll really add up to $500 if you really think about it. So you're just condensing it into one spot, and of course the grade of wax and all that stuff will be different or should be different depending on what they're charging. It just depends. But also, so just research your market, and if that's something where you really want to do, I would just say go for it. And then you also have to come up with a business plan. That is so fun. Business plans can take a while, so I would just say pace yourself with that, because again, you're just starting out, so you have to research what you're doing, put that down on paper, and research also will put on paper and format it how what you're doing and how it's going to benefit somebody else, because there's so much out there. There's so much product out there. There's so many services, so many things. So you have to let people know, well, this is what I'm doing, and this is why you need it, or this is why you should look at it. Things of that nature. And then you also have to look at the finance aspect of it. Even though you're just starting out, record everything. Document everything. Have paperwork for everything. Because when you get that plan and you're trying to apply for a small business loan or a small business grant, they're gonna want to know what you're doing. They're just not gonna give it to you because it's a great idea, unless you just have a friend that has a lot of money that just says, "Hey, go for it." But if you don't have that type of backing, your business plan is going to be your best bet. And then marketing, because it's just you, or maybe it's a couple of you. It just depends on how big your group is. You're gonna have to master marketing. You can have the best product on the market, but if you don't get marketing down, who's going to see you? So that includes, your Instagram, your YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, even on Google itself. But I think Google is going away with I think it's like, I forgot what they were taking away, but basically it was kind of like a board. You post it and people, scroll up and see it. I think they're doing away with that. Google Plus, I think that's what it was. Nobody was really on there. I think they're doing away with that. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, so you're just gonna go through a lot of the little small itsy bitsy details that nobody's really think about that you're doing, because honestly people don't care. They just want the product, so they're not worried about that. It's you, and you're the only one taking photos of your product. Sorry about that, I had a call. So they're not going to worry about that you're the only one taking photos of your product, making sure that it's in a good lighting, making sure that you cropped it well and filter it, edit it well, and also uploading it to the site and giving it a good description that's going to draw the customer in. They're not worried about that at all. All they're worried about is the finished product. So if you're gonna start a business, beware. It's gonna be rough. Like no matter what you do, it is just going to be rough. But how you determine if you want to do that again is you're just going to get up and do it again the next day. So Monday could be a crappy day, Tuesday could be a crappy day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday. I know I skipped, but you're just going to be like, hey, this is something I really want to do. So with starting a business, I would suggest research as much as you can, but also execute on that. That's a real good thing. You can research a lot, but I need you to research and execute. So I kind of did it a little halfway backwards. I research a little bit, but I'm the type of person I execute. I just go in, then I research. With starting the business, I don't do that on a lot of things. At least I try not to anyways. But yeah, so I would just research the product that you want to sell, the industry that it's in, how it's marketing, revenue, all that stuff, so you can get a good idea if this is what you really, really want to do. Because if you're doing something that doesn't make any money, it's going to stay a hobby forever, a hobby that doesn't pay you. And if you're cool with that, that's fine. But I believe in this day and age, you can pretty much sell anything. You can sell bullshit to people and they'll sell it. Been doing that for a real long time. So yeah, that's all I got. You're gonna go through roads, you're gonna go through ups and downs. Another thing is you're gonna be networking a lot, but be careful with not networking so much that you also don't focus on learning how to brand yourself and also creating the business. And what I mean by creating a business is just like if you have a handmade company, everything's handmade. It's great to network, but also have product on hand. So if you're able to have samples and things like that, don't just spend all your time networking, and then you're not uploading products to your site because you have no products because you haven't made anything. So it's time management is a good thing as well. Networking, going to free seminars, actual free seminars that teach you stuff. So there's a small business organization, small business association that's in your local city. So you would just go to Small Business Association or SBA and Google in your zip code or your city, and you'll be able to find a resource center. So a resource center is going to be really, really good for you. And then also Eventbrite. Eventbrite has a lot of free things that you can use. If you want to find the ones that you pay for, I would just validate them and make sure they're actually going to give you good information, because you have a lot of people that's going to charge you stuff and not give you anything. And I'm not saying, no, everyone's not going to do that, but also research the person who's going to give you the information. So networking, learning more about your craft, also fine-tuning your skills. So I know how to make candles, so that doesn't mean I'm not going to go to a candle making class because they could teach me something that I wasn't thinking. But networking, fine-tuning your craft, researching the market that you want to be in, and time management is going to be a good thing. And eventually your brand is just going to grow. Your business is going to grow. That first year is going to suck. First year to the second year is just going to suck. Unless you just won the lottery and hey, have at it. But that's all I got for you today. See you later. Bye.